But truth seekers, I want to challenge everybody's common sense here. All right. Here's the question. Let's say you had an encounter with the Most High, similar to Moses. You know how Moses had an encounter with the burning bush, right? So let's say you had the same encounter, similar. In doing this encounter with the Most High, he gives you a mantle. He gives you something to wear. And he says, take this mantle. Don't wash it. Don't add to it. Don't cut it. Do absolutely nothing to it. Keep it as is. And when you get older, you give it to your child. And you tell your child the same thing I told you. Do nothing with the mantle. Ever. What would you do if you had an encounter with the Most High and he gave you a mantle and he gave you those instructions of what not to do? What would you do? So let's say it's older now. It don't look the same. It clashes. It's not in style. Let me trim it a little bit because it's a little bit long and it's weird. And you cut it just a little bit. No big deal, right? You gave it a little bit of style, right? Let me ask you a question. If you were to do that, would that be considered disobedience? A simple yes or no. If you cut it or did anything to it after he said do nothing to it, would that be considered disobedience? All right, let's give some Bible. If we look at remember Samson in the Bible? So if we look at in the Bible, Samson kind of had the same experience when in the book of Judges, chapter 13, verse 5, Yahuah told Samson that you are consecrated from birth, meaning you can never cut your hair. No razor shall touch your head. That was the revelation that Yahuah gave Samson. Now, what happened when Samson went against that? He told a woman the revelation. The woman told the enemies. The enemies came in and she already cut his hair because Samson was asleep. And what happened? Samson was disobedient. He should never told anybody the revelation. So his hair got cut. And when his hair got cut, it cost him his eyes and he was put into slavery. Why? Because of disobedience. Now, if you look at the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 15, in the original Hebrew text, it reads, my name is Yahuah forever. My name is Yahuah in every generation. Now, if we were to change the mantle, that's considered what? Disobedience. Samson was told not to cut his hair. He didn't do it directly, but he told somebody else, but a razor hit his head and he lost it, right? That was considered what? Disobedience. Exodus 3:15 said, this is his name forever, Yahuah. And in every generation, this is my name. So what do forever mean to you? So if forever mean to you, that's his name. And if we change it, is that considered disobedience? Got you. Now, I just made that make sense using your own common sense. And I can't even give you a Bible study because TikTok don't give me enough time to really break down the word. But our own common sense tells us if the Father give us something and he says never to change it, that means never to change it. And if we do, it's considered what? Disobedience. And if the Father gave us his name, he said, this is my name forever. At what point did he say we can change it? He didn't. Now look at the revelation that Yahushua gave the disciples. He said to Peter, upon the revelation of my name, I'm going to build my assembly. Peter, in the book of Acts 2:38, revealed the name. So if you look at the time of Yahushua to his death, burial, and resurrection, to the time that the disciples were preaching the gospel, who changed the name? Peter didn't, Paul didn't, James didn't, Luke didn't, John did. Nobody changed the name. Why? Because he told them, upon this name, upon this revelation, I'm going to build my assembly. So what is the assembly that the body of believers are built upon? What foundation? The name of Yahushua. Again, if we went to go change that, is it considered disobedience? If you said within your own common sense that's disobedience, then you got to go back to Jesus. He said, this is my name forever. Who is Jesus? He said, this is my name in every generation. When did we put Jesus into the Bible? In what generation? He said his name is Yahushua in every generation. Even in the era of Jesus, it doesn't mean his name is changed. So people, like I said, I'm looking at the comments and people are saying, well, that don't make sense. Then shut me. Nobody has shut me up yet. And I'm not even giving you a Bible study. I'm giving you common sense. And you can't even shut me up. But you are entitled and are respected to what you believe. But what you believe doesn't make sense. With all you're getting, get common sense. Until next time, keep seeking truth.